Seconds.
That will reach women, minorities, and so we need to end
5
men,
seconds.
women, and minorities.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're live.
We're here today at the Auburn Housing Authority meeting of April 6, 2023. Could we please stand for the pledge? But before we do, this is being recorded, and we'd like to know if anyone else is recording the meeting. Seeing none, Ramonica is in remote for this meeting.
There she is.
There she is. Hi, Monica. How are you?
Hi, Monica. Hi, Monica.
Let's stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Discussion and vote to approve the warrant for March 2023. Do I have a motion?
We're gonna pass on this.
We're going to pass on that?
Yep.
Okay. Discussion and vote to approve the minutes for March 16th, 2023.
We're gonna pass on that.
We're going to pass on that too?
They're finished, but they weren't distributed.
Distributed in time.
Discussion and vote to approve the policies: credit card policy, damage charge policy, disposition policy, doorway, common hallway obstruction policy, emergency policy, employee and drug alcohol policy, employment policy, entry policy, energy conservation policy, entrance and apartment for suspected medical emergency policy. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Wayne is,
I
I have
Discussion.
one correction on one of the policies, and that's
Okay.
the Auburn Housing Authority Employment Policy.
Okay. And that will be?
The correction?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'd like to add the word men to that sentence. All positions for employment with Auburn Housing Authority will be advertised in news media that will reach men, women, minorities, and disabled. So I added the word men.
Okay. So now I need a motion to approve that policy as amended. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I could take a motion for the other policies, for all of them?
I move all the policies, with discussion and vote for all those policies that we have listed.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you. Okay, back to this one. Executive Director's Report.
I just found out this morning from HUD that we've continued to be a high performer. I left a copy of this on the table at each of your spots.
Yeah, thank you.
And out of a possible 100, we scored a 98.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So as far as the federal side goes, we're cooking with gas. On the state side, not so much. So they're coming in next Thursday to do whatever they do. And we're just gonna go with, they have automated all these different systems. They're micromanaging everything the Housing Authority does, but the reality of it is, we're not just a state program, we're predominantly a federal program. So the state is requiring us to do all this extra work, but they're not even, budget-wise, our salaries are split
Yeah,
The federal program pays more than the state, but the state is requiring all this extra work. So we're gonna just do the best we can. They put something out, then they change it, then all of a sudden now everything needs to be uploaded into the system so they can evaluate what we're doing. And this is in response to the housing authorities that had big problems like Chelsea and fraud and stealing money and all this other stuff. So this is their response, is to the bigger housing authorities and the small housing authorities are required to do the same amount of work. The only problem is they have the staffing to complete these things that are mandated, whereas we're kind of struggling. So we seem to have Champ in a good space. Now they want the work order system, the inspection system, all that stuff has to be uploaded. So we have the information, but we've had issues getting it into the system. So one of the people offered to come out on Monday to see if he could help us upload it for Thursday. So we'll see what happens. But I'm not putting a lot of hope into it, and if they turn around and they give us findings, then we're just gonna go back and fix what we have to fix. But they're micromanaging, like they're gonna tell us how many days it takes to turn over an apartment. Well, depending on what's going on, we may not be able to do it within 14 days. That's quick. They're assuming that we have a licensed plumber, that we have a licensed electrician, that we have a carpenter that does the rugs. We don't. We have to depend on vendors to come in and do the work. So we're at their mercy as to when, based upon their schedule, when they can actually come. So we might not fall within their guidelines. And what they've done is different than what the federal program requires. So now we're going to have two different standards of when things need to be done and how they need to be done between the two different programs.
right.
It's just a lot more work and a lot more stress for the maintenance staff and the office, because it's like you have to wait for people to come in and view the apartment. If they tell you they can't come within a couple of days, then what are you going to do? You really can't go beyond them. You've got to give them an opportunity to come in.
Right.
But in the meantime, the clock is ticking, tick, 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 tick. So I'm at the point where it's like, we're going to do the best we can. We can show that we're not idiots. We scored very high on the federal side.
Yeah,
So if the state is lagging, oh well. Oh well. Keep making these changes. The training is sketchy, and they're in a panic now because all of a sudden they're going to come out the week we're supposed to get an inspection, and they're going to help us upload the stuff. I mean, that's very thoughtful of them, really.
Through the chair,
yeah,
I would suggest we document, because
And they
it's
know.
gonna cover us
They know.
because, yeah, but it's all right for them to know, but we need to document what we did and what the result was.
The
And I know
emails
we
are our
do that.
documentation. We keep
Absolutely.
emailing them.
That's
good.
You know, so, but will we catch up eventually?
yes.
Are we gonna do well on this one? I'm not so sure.
Well, as long as you're working, proving it and
Yep.
doing what you need to do, at least you're showing that you're working on it.
And that's
You know,
why
you
we-
are moving forward to correct anything you need to correct.
And we're clearly not a bunch of screwballs, or we wouldn't have scored as
The federal side as we did.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it is what it is. So they're supposed to come next Thursday, and we'll go from there. Some of the things we should do okay on, other things not so much. But I don't have.
That's it?
That's it. Laurie's out.
Okay, any member you want to talk about? No public comment?
I would just like to comment that I think this score that we've received is as a high performer, and 98 out of 100 is really showing that our staff is doing everything they possibly can, everybody, or we wouldn't have this score. Thank you.
Especially that high.
I know,
Yeah, you can thank everybody there.
yeah. And that's looking at all of it, the
Physical, the financial, the management piece of it. I was surprised. But
Now, if you need to,
Do we have the money in the budget to get another employee if you need to?
we have the money on the federal side.
yeah,
But it's not the federal side we're having the problem with,
You
it's
have
the
the
state
state.
side.
and do you have it in the state side too?
There's a position in the office for 18 hours that was budgeted. But
Just
that's,
getting somebody, and that's.
we can't, I'm not gonna just turn around and put somebody in because that position is federal and state. Do you know what I mean? The state
Yeah,
didn't just
yeah.
pay for an extra person. So I'm not gonna turn around and use federal funds
No,
to support the state
No,
program.
no, I
Absolutely
agree.
not.
I agree.
No,
Good.
I'm not going to jail. So the state can either come up with a solution or we're gonna do the best we can.
Yep,
That's all you can do.
Well, and this is the thing, it's like the programs, there's two separate programs, two separate funding sources. But for one program to have all these demands of time and energy, when they're not paying for all that time, is unreasonable. But I figure let them come in, let them write us up, cite us for whatever, because then I can go back at them and say, hey, listen, we're not screwballs. It clearly shows on the federal side that we're doing our job well. But, well, we'd like to do the state piece as well, but we're just not there.
right.
You go from there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna tell the truth, it is what it is. You know,
Okay.
but I'm not gonna use federal resources on a state program. If the state wants this stuff done, then we need to redo the budget maybe, and get somebody in here that's just gonna do the state work, only state work, because they have all these software programs set up where we're supposed to account for every single thing, all the work orders, all have to be uploaded. I mean, that's a lot of work.
Yeah,
So, we'll just see what they say.
okay.
But if we don't do well, that's why. And then they can help us find a
Don't sell
solution.
yourself short. Just wait and see what happens. And what we improve on, we'll improve on.
But the beauty of it is they can't say that we're not doing a good job. We might not be doing a good job on their program, but we're predominantly federal. We have more federal units than we have state,
Right,
and we're doing a bang-up job on the federal side. So obviously, if we have issues on the state, then we're gonna find a way to fix it,
there you go.
and they can help us. And not just help us to hurt us.
Right,
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
yeah,
A lot of times they come in and it's like, oh, we're only here to help. Really? I was born, but it wasn't yesterday, and it wasn't the day before. So it's like there's always a catch-20. Oh yeah, we're so helpful. They're covering their own butts because they're working remotely. They're working from home, so they're looking for reasons to justify their job.
so they're all still working remotely?
But it's not gonna be at our expense. I'm gonna just say that to you right now.
Right, okay.
So that's all. Now,
Now you done?
Yep.
Okay. Any public comment? I think I did that, didn't I? Seeing none. Date for our next meeting will be May 4th, 2023 at 10 o'clock. Do I have a motion for that?
motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do you wanna do a roll call vote now? because Monica is actually,
Well, you all approved it, so, I mean, I don't think you need it when everybody votes for it, right?
Do you need a roll call vote?
We'll make a roll.
we probably should do it, we should have done the roll call vote at the beginning of the meeting.
Okay, we'll do
So
it.
we'll do it, and now
Now,
Comment that
then,
we did do it
going forward, we'll do it all the time.
at the beginning of the meeting.
Okay.
in the training.
Roll call vote from Rose,
Yes. I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Here,
Roberta,
Oh, here.
Here.
here. Monica,
Here.
thank you. Okay, now meeting adjourned. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you. Bye, LaMonica.
bye, Monica.
Bye, Monica.
Bye.
Bye.